He makes a circle. Second stage is the inset and the frame both are used. And thirdly, what he does? He makes the zigzag lines. And you see, you can imagine how much coordination is required to make a calculated zigzag lines, to make a uniform zigzag lines, how much accuracy is required. And then we make vertical lines, straight. When we are giving the presentations and we are making the straight lines, some of the girls ask, "Ma'am, can we use rulers?" We at this stage, we require ruler to make straight lines. But in a Montessori system, when the correct presentations and the correct environment is done, I doubt that any child is asking, "Auntie, may I use ruler?" Because the perfection is done. His muscular grip is so firm. His hand is under his will. The hand is controlled according to his will. He knows what is my starting point and what is my ending point to make a zigzag line or to make a straight vertical line. And then the gap of the lines are reduced and eventually the child is working with 2 shapes and 3 shapes and all that. Right? And then we have green board, where the child uses a chalk and then a pencil. There also, if the firmness is not there in the hand to grip the chalk, you must have noticed sometimes when you or the child is writing with the chalk breaks while writing because of the unnecessary pressure which is put on the chalk through your hand. So that is what? The muscular sensation. And sometimes when we are writing with the pencil or the children are writing with the pencils, the nib is broken. Again, the same reason, the excess amount of pressure is on the pencil, so it breaks the nib of the pencil. Nowadays, don't talk about the quality of the pencils. Every pencil is having the same poor quality. But the fact is, if the improper pressure is there either on the chalk or on the pencil, the nib of the pencil will break or the chalk will be in 2 pieces. That's why the muscular sensation plays a very important role when we are preparing the child for writing. Now, the directress is the best judge to say when is the time when the child needs to be given the writing exercises. Because every child is individual, every individual is different, the intelligence is different, his physical growth is different. So only the directress can decide, the directress can judge within herself that what is the perfect time, what is the suitable time, which age group are doing the same exercises with same perfection. What is the correct age for writing? Can anybody tell? Nearly 4. Because before the age of 4, the indirect and direct preparations are being done in a prepared environment. And this is only done in a Montessori environment. In ordinary schools, I am sorry to say, a child comes at the age of 2.5 and a paper and the color pencils are given to the child. Okay, please color it. The movements are not controlled. The hand is not under the control of the will. So what type of writing patterns we expect from the child? Sometimes you must have noticed that the tuition teachers, I'm sorry to say, the tuition teachers are complaining your child is not able to write within 4 lines. Why is that? Because the control is not being developed. The muscular grip is not proper. So the child cannot control his hand, that he has to make or a between the 2 lines. He has to make the l, k, top 3 lines. He has to make j and g and ya within the last 3. Writing is 4 years. So you as mothers, I hope all the mothers are sending their children to a Montessori school. If even in an ordinary school, don't expect from your child that one day he will go to school and after a week he will start writing. He will start speaking English and he will start writing. The teachers are not having magic sticks with them. A lot of preparation is required for spoken English as well as for written English. Okay, so just to conclude, I would like to repeat 2-3 points. What are the 3 sensations required for writing? Visual, tactile and muscular. And what are the 3 stages? Again, yes, naming and then perception and then the language, which is the correct pronunciation of the sounds. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions? Thank you very much.
आप कौन सा देते हैं? थर्ड. आप कौन सा देते हैं? आप कौन सा देते हैं? थर्ड. फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड. आप कौन सा देखा? Excuse me. Fourth. 7. आप इधर आ जाए. आप कौन सा देते हैं? आप थोड़ी सी देते हैं.
Interesting lecture, and it will be about the Montessori system and the original information from Dr. Maria Montessori. Over to Session.
Very good afternoon, and on behalf of all my staff, the experts, my wife, and I welcome you on this very old monthly advanced conference. You know, its age is 19 years, and it is being conducted for the last 19 years and every month in this place, in Sheraton. We feel really happy whenever we meet every month. This is the basic place of meeting, discussion, interaction, introduction, and discussing about what Maria Montessori has given to this world. Now, our main subject is Montessori's 0 to 6 years discussion. But today I'm just drifting for a while, and I would like to go to another age group, which is the important in the life of man. It's not my idea, it's not anybody's discussion. She spent almost around 30 years, 34, about 30 years to come up with the research about the whole man. And she gave to the world a system from 0 to 18 years. 0 to 18 years is a lifespan of a child and the adolescent, which is considered to be the base of the whole journey of the life of mankind. And I myself is really very much inspired and impressed by the ideas, by the researches, by the development of Dr. Maria Montessori for these age groups. If we go into detail, then we'll find that Dr. Maria Montessori has developed Montessori aids even up till 18 years of age. This is what the research which Dr. Maria Montessori has done. It is very difficult to discuss in one sitting the whole life of a man from 0 to 18 years. Very difficult. It's impossible. So, this is what the whole system is, and we for the last 25 years concentrating 0 to 6 years age group. The education which you are getting, the system which you are learning, the psychology of what you are understanding is 0 to 6 years. Now, whatever I am going to discuss with you is a knowledge necessary for every parents, not only the woman, but for the man as well. So, please try to understand it and try to gather the message which Dr. Maria Montessori has. And I pray to God that I be honest in conveying the message which Dr. Maria Montessori has given to the world. Now, this lecture which Dr. Maria Montessori has given, that was 23rd International Montessori Teachers Training Course. It was 34th lecture, 2nd May 1938. In few words, the summary, the whole summary of the lecture is, this is the first of the French lecture from a series of 5, which offers perhaps the first Montessori view of adolescent development. Adolescent development. When we talk about adolescent, means from 12 to 18 years. How man passes through the various stages of life, having profound physical, psychological characteristics, different needs. First, transformation at the time of birth. First transformation is at the time of birth, and according to Dr. Maria Montessori, the second at the time of adolescence. At 12, the transition starts. The second transition starts. She calls a creation a newborn. She also called this stage a newborn stage. She mentions 3 stages of adolescent development: 12 to 14 years of age, called disorientation of puberty; 14 to 16 years of age, called blooming of puberty; and 16 to 18 years of age, called age of perfecting. Dr. Maria Montessori concludes that the teachers of adolescence has highest responsibilities because this period, 12 to 18 years, concerns the transition to everything to which adult man will be connected. Thereon, 18 plus, is connected to the world. So that is the biggest transition. This age, adolescence life, is a kind of creative period of formation, and what has formed itself is later established and cannot be changed. Now this is important point to be noted, that whatever has been done before 18 years cannot be changed. कोई अगर चाहे उसको change करना cannot be changed. That is permanent. The fullness of life obeys laws of nature. He is interacting with the world. That's a social goal. Adolescence is a period of preparation. Nature prepares the individual for this important event. As I said earlier, that is logic of nature. Period of preparation, 12 to 14 years for man and 11 to 13 years for girls. Period of blooming of puberty, 14 to 16 years, and period of perfection of personality, 16 to 18 years. This cannot be changed. We must understand that this nature cannot be changed. Nature never changes. On the road of life, there is no period of transformation so intense as the period of puberty. Just as the newborn child needs to transform himself quickly, so does the adolescent. But there is a big but. But not at the same speed as the newborn. ये ख्याल रखिएगा. The transformation in the adolescent is much slower than the change in the life of the child. Child growth, the first 6 years is very rapid. कितनी तब्दीली आती है बच्चे के अंदर, अब ये देखो. लेकिन from 12 to 16 years, again this is the 6 years. इसकी स्पीड जो है, that's not. उसका कोई इतना नहीं बढ़ जाता. इतना वो जो है क्या कहते हैं वो नहीं हो जाता. 12 to 16 years. लेकिन 0 to 16 years में कितना कद बढ़ जाता है. Structural management. This will require providing assistance during the period of growth when the individual is formed. Between 12 to 18 years, it needs assistance of the nature. During the last period, when the adolescent perfects himself, between 16 to 18 years, we see the completion of a number of aspects. What? Such as human body, appearance, complexion, and hair. That's the last. All the fresh and complete beauty of life is acquired once this period of adolescence is over. Then we see, what we see? Young girl as pretty as a white dove. young man has freshness and make him into a fine young man. At this age, nature puts the attraction between boys and girls, an attraction that's the goal of puberty after beauty has been reached. That's the nature. Before they operate in separate groups. Now, before that, girls operate separate groups, boys operate separate groups. However, there is the big psychic unrest, mysterious feelings of confusion and power without aim. It is very real physically and mentally. Real. The adolescent has a delicate mind. His condition requires meticulous care because the future of intelligence is linked to the conditions of that period. And this connects directly to the question of education. Doctors and psychologists are so aware of this fact that they say that childhood paves the way for the power of adolescence, and that the intelligence of the adolescent must put into what the child